Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to talk you through what I believe is the best and simplest way to understand your mind and how you can start to live a more positive life free from mental illness. And for me, when I discovered this, it was that light bulb moment that changed my view of mind and allowed me to see that I can actually beat depression. So to do this, we're going to look at the mind and how it works, because when you understand how it works, you can work towards fixing it. Now, sadly, there is no quick fix to this, but it is possible to recover from mental illness, such as depression, or at least allow you to get a lot more control over it. So, through all the self-help books, guides and apps that there are, there's one thing that always seems to come up, and that is that your mind is essentially in two parts. You have the mind and you have awareness. And each time this comes up, it's described in different ways, but essentially it's exactly the same idea. So what do I mean when I say the mind and awareness? Well, awareness is you. It's you floating around inside the mind, and where your awareness goes is where your energy is flowing. So I want you to imagine a great big house with lots of rooms, and each room represents a different emotion, thought or part of you. So on my sheet here, we look at the whole sheet as the mind, and in here we've got our different rooms. So we have we've got the happy room, calm, anger, anxiety, joy, sadness, love, depression. There's obviously many more different areas and rooms, but inside each room is a creature. Now this creature and the room it's in will grow the more time that you, or your awareness, spends in that room. So if you're spending a lot of time in depression, in the big depression room, then that creature is going to start getting big, and the room's going to start getting big, like a great big ballroom. Think of a great big ballroom where lots of people used to dance and so on. And it's going to be something like that, and the creature inside is going to become big and strong, and it's not really it's not going to want to let you go. And then if you compare that to like the happy room, that could end up being something really small. So it could be like a little broom cupboard, and inside there could be something like a little baby bunny, essentially. Because the more your awareness is in the depression room, the more energy it's taking from you, so it grows. Because remember, where your awareness goes, the energy is flowing. And of course, the more times you go to these negative places, the larger and stronger the creature gets, but also the routes or the corridors to them become wider and easier to navigate, so you can return faster to them each time. And by that, what I mean is, as your awareness, if you keep going from depression to anxiety to sadness to anger, back to anxiety, each time you do that, that route is getting thicker and easier and wider. So then these other routes, like happiness and calm, away from it, and over to joy, they all become narrow down little windy corridors, so they take a long time to get down. But that's okay, because this is the good part. Because the more time you spend bringing your awareness back to the happier places, like obviously happiness, calm, love and joy, it allows those creatures to become stronger, so those rooms get bigger. And in so doing, the negative rooms like depression and anxiety, they start to shrink because the energy is going more into the positive rooms. And the more you practice this, the easier it becomes, because then these positive rooms start getting larger and the negative rooms start getting smaller. So basically what that means is you could have let's say we've got the happiness room is at the moment a broom cupboard because you're suffering really badly with depression. So your depression room is a massive, great big ballroom. If you constantly try and move your awareness to the happy room, it's going to start very slowly to grow. So it's going to go into like a bedroom size. And as you do that, the depression room starts shrinking down to a bedroom size. And eventually you can completely turn it round so that the happiness room becomes a great big ballroom and the depression room becomes a broom cupboard. Now, it's easier to say than it is to do, and it takes a lot of practice to do that. And obviously there's other things that are going to happen. There's going to be curved balls which are going to come in and get in the way. But the more you practice getting your awareness into the positive rooms, the easier it is for you to be able to come back to them, because the corridors are going to be open, they're going to be wide, they're going to be straight, and you can go directly to those rooms. Now, as I said, this takes a lot of practice, and there's 24 hours in a day, and you're probably going to be asleep for about 8 of them. So for the other 16 hours, what you have to do is you have to constantly practice bringing your awareness back into the positive areas of your mind. It is not easy. It is hard work. It really is. And you will get distracted and you will lose focus. But if you really desire to take control of your mind and free it from mental illness, this is genuinely the only real way to do it. Of course, remember, if you do take medication for your mental illness, do keep on with it, but do seek your doctor's or GP's advice if you want to make any change or anything. Personally, I am now well over a year free of my mental health medication, so I'm med-free, and that was a situation, and I was happy to do that for myself. Like I said, if you feel like you need them, by all means take them. They are there to help you. It's simple as that. So I'm hopeful that you can now sort of see and understand a bit better that if you can understand the mind, you can start to understand how to fix it. Also that the mind is in 2 parts. You have awareness and the mind, and that you are awareness floating in with the different areas around the mind. And remember, you can go from anywhere in the mind as fast as that. As fast as a click of a finger, you can be in one area to another. It can move incredibly fast. And remember, where your awareness goes is where your energy is flowing. So if you are constantly in your depression room, that is going to keep growing and getting stronger and stronger because all your energy is being ploughed into there. So if we can recognise where our awareness is in the mind, with constant practice we can gently bring our awareness to the areas of the mind that we want it to be. So the positive areas like happiness, love, joy, calmness, and so on. It does, like I said, it takes a lot of practice. Now, the best person I've come across who explains this in further detail, and probably a lot better than I can explain it really, is a chap called Dandapani. He's a Hindu monk, and his app Finding Focus, I will put a link in the description below, is really, really good. And I really do recommend that you go and download it and work through the app with him, because I am doing that as well myself. And the benefits I've got since starting it have been fantastic. So do go and check that out. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Each week I'm going to make a new video to help you find ways to get your mental health back into the more positive areas of the mind, so that you can beat your mental health illness, or at least get a little bit more control over it. All the techniques I share with you have helped me, and they still continue to help me in my war against depression, because by the end of this year I will be depression free. So if you have enjoyed this video and you want to learn more, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, and so you don't miss out on next week's video. And until then, you guys take care.